and I work primarily in research and in clinical work for what's called neuromuscular disorders. So these are disorders similar to other disorders of the nervous systems that lead to weakness and disability of patients. But they're not primarily from the brain, they're primarily from the peripheral nerves, from the neuromuscular junction, or from the muscle itself. Many of these disorders are genetic. That means that we find them often in children, and they lead to disability of these children. They have problems with mobility, they are unable to walk, sometimes they have difficulties with breathing, and some of them even die from these conditions. To find out more about the genes helps us to understand what is causing the problem in the patients, and understanding the genes better through models that we use, so meaning looking at the same genes that we find in the patients, in cells or in animal models, helps us then to develop therapies for these conditions. Our goal to do both improve the diagnosis of these patients with these rare conditions, so they actually know what is causing their problem, counseling the families so that they know what the risk is for having another affected child with the same condition, but then ultimately to treat these patients so they have an improved quality of life and they have an effective therapy. There are so many of these rare conditions, so we estimate that there's about 7,000 rare conditions in rare disease, and those are actually often affecting the nervous system and do cause neurological diseases. So collectively, if we count them all together, then in fact it is estimated that about 8% of the general population has a rare disease, or 40 million people in Europe. So it's actually quite a big health problem. Nonetheless, if you want to address these rare diseases, you need to collaborate with colleagues in other centers in your own country or elsewhere in Europe or in the world, and try to exchange data on these patients and data on the genetic findings in modern ways, meaning you need to exchange data through computerized systems, large data sets that we can generate today through genome and exome sequencing, for instance. And we've built up a European network called RD Connect that allows researchers and clinicians around the world to do exactly that. So find another patient or another family from another center that has similar phenotypic or clinical findings and similar genetic findings, so that we can make more sense of these conditions.